'Tis the season of giving, and that, of course, means picking out what to get your loved ones. Well, never fear, our jolly hosts are here to help you find the perfect gift. But we're going to be changing things up a bit today, and Antoine is going to tell you how. So, Antoine, what are we doing a little bit differently today?
I actually have no idea. Are we doing something different today?
Well, I mean, we're not
We are not
covering games specifically.
exactly. We are not covering games because it's a Christmas period, and of course, you are late buying your presents, and there's only 3 days. Be careful. So recently, as you may have known, Age of Empire 4 came out, and my computers was screaming, "Oh, mate, you only have 12 gig of RAM. That's just not enough. You need at least four more." And if you are like me and don't know much about your beautiful box, I had to look because I never built a computer myself. So I looked at what I had inside, and I see I had two Siemens RAM card of 8 and 4 gig each. And so I looked at what am I supposed to do to increase this, and I learned a few tips that I'm gonna share with you. Of course, since I bought very rapidly, I didn't took any of these advice into account for myself. So first advice is turn off your laptop and take out one of the RAM card to see the make of the card, the capacity of the card, the speed of the card, and of course the type. Is it a DDR3, which is a bit old now? Most of them are DDR4, and very likely in a few years we're gonna see DDR5 coming out. It's the type of actual physical how your card is physically inserted into the port. So if you have the wrong type, you bought it for nothing. So look at all of this before. Also, I learned usually on your motherboard, you have four emplacements on it. And usually when you buy a computer already pre-made like I did, and it's not that I recommend it, but when you are like me and you don't know much about computers at first, better to buy a pre-made computer and tinker with it like I did. Now I'm feel ready that I can buy my new box. But anyway, in this very case, I was able to hi Apex.
And then, yeah, then there's one Lin. I don't know the other two characters. My Chinese reading isn't that good. But yeah, we got
We
people in
are
the
not
chat
sure.
today
There's
for
people in
once.
the chat. Sorry, I was disturbed for wow, we have people talking. Hi. So know that if you want to add, for instance, 32 gigs of RAM, it's much better to buy two cards at 16 rather than one and have three of the four slots or one of the four slots. It's much better to have it in pairs. Much better to avoid trouble. Of course, I didn't do that, and I have three out of the four ports occupied, but at the moment I don't have any issues. Also, I did not buy Siemens, which were originally with the computer. I bought Crucial, which I believe, Adam, you have a screenshot of.
I'm showing it right now. You can't see it, but the audience can.
Ah, I can't see it. So, um, if like me, you are not sure of what your computer is can take, Crucial have this little thing which detects the kind of cards that you can get. So you go on their website, it's gonna detect your hardware, and it's gonna tell you you need this. And of course, you need the speed as well of the card. Each of these little RAM cards have a specific speed, which mine was 2666. I actually don't really know what that does, but I know that it's much better to have all the cards with the same speed so they can interact much better with each other. So that's all the little tips I had on this, and thanks to this, I raised my my capacity to over 30 gigs, and now I can play Age of Empire 4 properly without having these alarms everywhere. Be careful, you don't have enough RAM. Your computer is gonna, your game is gonna shut down, and you're gonna lose everything. So this is my little, and this is small enough to actually be stuffed in your stockings, which is why I actually took this one. Is that appropriate?
Exactly. Do you know how much like this would roughly cost? Like, how much did it cost you?
I believe, and I want to be very precise here, around $80, 80
Okay,
Canadian dollar.
so less than 100.
That's
That's not too bad.
that's precise. Yes, exactly. I didn't. I actually have. I had no clue of how much this cost, and I don't know. I thought these because they are really tiny stuff that you could put in your computer, and I thought it would be like 20, 30 bucks. Nah, it's more like 80, maybe 100, and it's very good to purchase some very good brand. I am very fair to Corsair myself, but again, I don't really know if it's compatible with my computer, which is why I looked, browsed a few forums, and went for the safest option. Where I saw, nah, just go to Crucial, let them, scan your hardware. They will tell you what you need. You buy, you install, and that's it. Little tip for people like me who actually very don't are not used, say, to tinker with the box. The RAM card, is not that easy to install. You really have to push it very strongly because I didn't do it properly the first time. It clipped on on the top, but not at the bottom. I didn't realize it at first, and it gave me a very beautiful blue screen, and my computer wouldn't start. So I slightly panicked that I bust out my computer out of for a $80 card. After having a few breathing sessions, I was like, it's all right. Let's plug everything off, take it all out, and restart and replug it in. After pushing like insane in it, it clipped on both sides, and then it restart, and the hardware was recognized without any issue. And then I had a much easier time to breathe. God, I didn't bust my computer. Phew.
So
Good
this
for
is,
me, huh?
yeah. So this is for PC or for laptop?
PC. No,
Okay.
because you can change for laptop, but I have no idea how, to be honest. I think you need to have a special port for it. I have a laptop not next to me, but yeah. Honestly, if you have to do this on a laptop, I would say go to a YouTube video. First and foremost, check out. That's what I did for my PC. And yeah, before doing anything, just check out how professional do that because well, they are the best to tell you how to do it. So that's kind of a no-brainer. So look at YouTube videos, check out forums, inform yourself before you bust out or your whole installation.
Yeah, yeah. I've been looking into getting some updated RAM for, or not RAM, memory for the PS5, but it's so expensive right now that I'm kind of like, I'm not gonna play. I'm not gonna pay 2/3 of the console just for update on RAM. I'll just have to delete some games. That's what I'm gonna have to do.
PS5 or
PS5, yeah, yeah. That's ROM, not RAM, but yeah, yeah, yeah. So,
and
but
that's how Switch deal much better with it. You just put, like a
yeah,
little micro USB card and that's it. You have like 5 times the actual memory of the console itself.
yeah. You
It's
can
not
you
that
can do
expensive.
external memory that way, but you can't play PS5 games from it. But you can play PS4 games from it. But it hasn't been too big of a problem. I'm just because when I had the PS4, I got a was it the Nico? I got the data bank, and so I put 4 terabytes of RAM in it, and then after that, I never needed to uninstall anything ever again for the rest of the uh rest of the console's life. I never needed to uninstall anything, so I was kind of like, oh yeah, I want to do that again, but then it's like, no, it's so expensive that I'm not going to do that. Not anytime soon. So, but yeah, so interesting. So yeah, the fact that it's $80, that's not bad. That's not bad at all.
That's not a bad price. Of course, this is an advice I'm gonna give for every little thing we are gonna talk about today. If possible, and now it's a bit late, of course, but wait for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. That was quite like what a few weeks ago, not even a month ago, maybe a month ago. Of course, it's much cheaper on that day. It's obvious, but if you can wait for it, wait for it. If you can't, wait for Christmas, Boxing Day.
Hmm. Now, you got this, you said from Amazon?
No, I did it straight from the Crusher website.
Oh, okay.
I know
Uh,
the link I gave you was Amazon, but no, from the Crusher website, because I think it was much faster delivery
oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, I
somehow.
was wondering if there was maybe a price difference if you went directly there
Oh,
or if you did
and
Newegg or.
yes, there was a price difference because Amazon would sell them by lots of two, and I just needed one.
Hmm.
Of course, they sell it by two because, as I said, it's recommended to buy them in pairs, which I should have, watched forum before I bought my stuff. But hey, I didn't have any issues yet, and I don't think I will have because, well, it has been already a month or two since I have it, and I didn't experience any crash or anything. So, touching wood's gonna be fine. But don't do like me, buy a pair, fill all your slots, and it's gonna be much easier. And if you don't, and if you build a computer from scratch, from what I understand, but please check it, it's you have to fill slot number 1 and number 3. I think it's in that order. Again, because I saw YouTube videos which with a professional guy saying, yeah, in this port and this port specifically. Why
Ah,
not 2
okay.
and 4? I don't know, but he said, yeah, do it like this. Okay, boss.
So that's why we should go to forums and watch YouTube videos on how to install these things.
Because there's actually professional who knows that stuff, and I
Yeah.
have no clue what I'm doing. So.